Your boy Heaven Hollywood back on the IE Network, and this is the Heaven Hollywood Report. And let's get to it. Shout out to my sponsor, in case you didn't know. Check them out at icydk.blog for all the backstories in celebrity news, past, present, and future. So we got a few things to get into. Let's start it off with The Weeknd. And it has now been reported that he is adding Dojacat to his new stadium tour. The Weeknd has a stadium tour coming up here in 2022, and he has decided to add Dojacat to his stadium tour. Now, Dojacat right now is the hottest female rapper in the game, and the funny thing is, last year, there was rumors about Dojacat. Remember we were saying that they always put them with somebody, especially when they're coming up and getting ready to blow up. So Dojacat, there was rumors that Dojacat and The Weeknd they went out on a couple of dates. I mean, that was factual. They were already photographed out. So what we're saying is The Weeknd, from what I hear, is very interested in Dojacat, that she's very talented, and he's interested in her. And maybe he can use Dojacat to get over his feelings for Ponytail, because we all know how he feels about Ponytail. So maybe he can use those feelings. Maybe he can use Dojacat to help him get over Ponytail, who is married by now. Right as of now, she is married, and I would assume happily. So let me know what you think of that collaboration, or that tandem, The Weeknd and Dojacat on a stadium tour. So I'm sure people are excited about that. Moving on, we have to now talk about Megan Thee Stallion. Now, Megan Thee Stallion has ruffled some feathers of the Barbs and some Nicki Minaj fans with her comments. She did an interview, and I believe it was an article, and she was talking about the female rappers that came before that paved the way. And, Megan Thee Stallion, contrary to an earlier interview that she had about that same topic, she failed to mention Nicki Minaj as someone who came before her that paved the way for all the rap females. Mentioned people like Queen Latifah and Trina and Gangsta Boo and Missy Elliott, Lil Kim, but failed to mention Nicki Minaj. So what we're going to do is take a listen to what she said.
Able to have a conversation with Nicki
and we'll
Minaj,
come back,
to be in the room with Nicki Minaj and making music with Nicki, it was just like, I was so grateful. Like, it was a great experience. Nicki, she was here before us. So, I mean, this is who we had to look at this time. So definitely Nicki has been an inspiration to me, and I'm pretty sure she's been an inspiration to a lot of women in hip-hop right now.
Of course, that was the lights of Megan Thee Stallion, and I'm just going to say this. This is how I feel about that. I'm going to kind of give Megan Thee Stallion a little pass on this one, and I'll tell you why. If you notice the people that she mentioned, the female rappers that she mentioned that paved the way for them, okay, what did all of them have in common? That right now, none of them that she mentioned are really active on the music scene, okay? Nicki Minaj is kind of like a contemporary right now. She's a peer. She's contemporary. Could you imagine the equal backlash she would have gotten if she would have put Nicki Minaj in there with those women who are considered the past and considered not... The Barbs would have had a fit and said, Nicki's still outselling her now. Nicki's still making music. She would put Nicki in that category with those washed up female rappers. That's what they would have said. So by Megan not naming Nicki Minaj, that's kind of like, can't you consider that kind of like a compliment that, she is still in the game? And they, kind of paved the way for her. When she made the other comment in that other interview, it was something totally different. They were speaking on Nicki Minaj specifically. But Nicki's still out here making music at the same time that Megan's still in there. So again, I'm going to give her a pass on the fact of I believe it's kind of like a you know a feather in the cap to Nicki Minaj because she's still out here making music and not considered someone who's retired and not active. Moving along to Remy Martin, aka Remy Ma. She made some statements that made the headlines. She was recently in a interview. She was a guest on Math Hoffa's show, and she was asked how important is it for female rappers to write their own bars. And we all know that Remy has always been an advocate for that, for female rappers writing their own bars. But surprisingly, Remy said it's not that important. So a lot of people were saying, oh man, you were going off on Nicki Minaj saying, oh, to be the queen of rap, you can't have a ghostwriter. That's why it's my house, Flow Writer, or whatever she said. And now she's saying it's not that important. So I kind of feel as though I know why she said that, and I'm going to let you know exactly what she meant by that. So let's take a listen to what Remy said, and then we'll come back on the other side, and I'll tell you why she said it.
How important is it for a female to write her own lyrics?
It's not important.
It's not important at all.
There you go.
I told you. Not at
all.
all.
Trina said the same thing.
Hold on. Has someone ever written for you?
No.
But it's not important.
No.
Thank you. I respect it.
Okay, so why would you allow someone else to write for you?
No.
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 But it's not important.
It's not. And that's something that I had to learn. That goes back with what I was saying earlier when I just wanted
Sounds
to
like you haven't learned it yet.
when I wanted to just be nice.
Nice in the business. She said it.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, the rest of that of Remy Ma's interview, you can go to Math Hoffa's. You look up Math Hoffa on YouTube and check out the rest of that. I hate when people cut off these guests that you have on for interviews and then you keep cutting them off thinking you know what they mean. Here's the deal. Of course, we know that Remy Ma has always been an advocate for bars. Females need to write their own bars. She stated that multiple times in Sheetha. She got on how Nicki Minaj had a ghostwriter and Sheetha and what have you. And Remy's always been one who has been known to write her own bars. Of course, a couple of people accused Papoose of writing them, but there's never been any proof of that whatsoever. They don't even sound alike. They don't write alike. As far as why the change of heart all of a sudden, I believe that Remy Ma was being a tad bit condescending and then a tad bit accepting. And I'll let you know what I mean by that. She looks and she says to herself, I've been writing my own bars my whole life. And the females that are known to write their own bars right now aren't really popping. And when you look back at history, you have Lil' Kim was very highly favored. There's always been questioned about how much bars Lil' Kim wrote. Foxy Brown, same thing. There's always been questioned about how much of the bars that Foxy Brown wrote. And then all of the female rappers today is out there. Cardi B, there's a question about Cardi B. Megan Thee Stallion. Recently, there's been people questioning how much Megan's writing these days. Now, Nicki Minaj, during the hate train, people were making comments like, oh, she hasn't had a hit since Safari left her. And, there was different things. Safari was going out, making assumptions or assuming. He wasn't assuming, but he was making allegations that he was writing for Nicki or helping Nicki write. Now, of course, there have been people that were even before Wayne and what have you saying that Nicki never had anyone writing for her. But Remy Ma believes in her heart, I don't know whether she has something, whether she spoke to some people. Remy Ma really believes that Nicki Minaj had help writing bars. She truly believes that. I don't know who she spoke to, but those people that are inside the rap game, I know for a fact she has told people she knows that Drake, Wayne, others prior has written or helped Nicki with bars. I know for a fact that she feels that way because she's told people who's told me. The part about her saying it doesn't matter is because she's looking and saying it obviously doesn't matter because nobody cares. So I believe that's the reason why she said that. That's why when they asked her, would you have someone write for you? She's like, no. But I hear a lot of people saying that about Drake too. A lot of people saying, well, it doesn't matter because nobody seems to care. He got busted red-handed for spitting bars that he didn't write. And what happened? It got brushed under the table and everybody got mad at Quentin Miller. You know what I mean? So I believe when she's saying it doesn't matter, she's being a tad bit condescending and saying, you know what? It obviously doesn't matter because female rappers around here, spitting bars that they didn't write, and everybody is acceptance to them and putting them on a pedestal, and the female rappers that are writing their bars and spitting and not talking about sex and their coochie, they're not popping. So that's what she meant by that. Now, do I feel as though, like I've always been very clear, okay? When she says she believes, when I say she believes she has a ghostwriter, I'm not talking about going to Wikipedia or going on the record and looking at the names. That's not what, see, people start thinking that when you see other writers in the credits, y'all people these days, the newer generation says, oh, she got so-and-so's her ghostwriter. That's not what a ghostwriter is. A ghostwriter is someone that you pay to write bars for you, but they get a payment for service. And your name goes on under like you wrote it. But your ghostwriter wrote it, but you pretty much paid them to keep quiet. Here, I'm going to pay you for you writing this song, but I'm going to get the credit. Like, that's what a ghostwriter is. When people say, oh, Party's Megan's ghostwriter, Party's Cardi, his name's on the credit. You can't be a ghostwriter if your name is on the credit. A ghostwriter is someone who writes a song and you claim it as your own. Okay? And, you've paid them so they're never going to come out and say, I wrote the song, because they was paid pretty much to keep quiet. All right? And that's been going on for years. So, like I said, that is coming, what I have been told multiple times, that she feels as though she knows that Nicki had people write for her in the past. Now, whether that's true or not, only Nicki Minaj knows that. Do I feel as though she's written 100% of her bars? No, but I don't feel as though anyone has written 100% of their bars. I'm going to be honest with you. I've been following hip-hop a long time. But you don't have to write 100% of your bars. If you're writing 90% and up, that's good to me. That's good for me. As long as you're writing, if you're writing your rhymes and you got other people there to collaborate and put words together and make a hook and this, that, and the other, to me, you're still a writer. Nicki Minaj has already proved that she can write. So to me, it doesn't damage her in any way. I don't know what sort of information Remy Martin has, but, Nicki Minaj has already had several people vouch for her that she writes. And you can actually tell from the process, that's why Nicki takes so long to come out with albums. She refuses to have people help her. Now, you look on the writing credits, it's always more than just, on a lot of those records, there's other people. That's why I always tell people, stop falling in love with the names you see on the credits. That don't mean nothing, because they could have gave you one word, or they could have said, no, say it this way, don't say it that way, and you get a writer's credit. So that's what Remy Martin meant by that. That's what she feels, not what Heaven Hollywood feels. That's what she feels. It's your boy Heaven Hollywood for the IE Network.